Jambo. I hope everyone is having a wonderful time in beautiful Arusha. I very much wish I could be there in person at tonight's dinner. I'm stuck here in New York, but I'm sure that the Tanzania Tourist Board has put together a lovely and memorable evening. I offer greetings to the Honorable Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, President of the United Republic of Tanzania, and to the Honorable Mrs. Shamsa Mwangunga, the Minister for Natural Resources and Tourism. I also want to acknowledge the presence of other honorable ministers, excellencies, the ATA Executive Director, Eddie Bergman, Africa Travel Association delegates, and many others who are there this evening. Receiving the Tanzania Tourism Media Award for 2008 is quite an honor. It was last July that my son and I summited Mount Kilimanjaro, the roof of Africa. From the mountain, I sent reports via satellite phone back to New York, and I was overwhelmed by the enormous amount of interest that those reports generated. I received hundreds of emails from people interested in making the climb. We also did several reports upon my return, talking about the climb and the impact of global warming on Kilimanjaro. It surprises me now that even almost a year later, people are still talking about the climb. I was in Washington, D.C. recently covering the Pope's visit, and a group of students from New York approached me. I expected them to ask me about the Pope. Instead, they wanted to talk about Kilimanjaro. There really is great interest here in America about Africa and about Tanzania, not just Kilimanjaro, but in the many safari tours that Tanzania has to offer, from the Ngorongoro Crater to the Serengeti. We visited both, and the wildlife and the beauty there just goes beyond expectations. And it's not just Tanzania's beautiful environment that you can brag about. There are also the wonderful people. I think of our mountain guide, Eric Masawi, 35 years old, 3 children, 100 climbs. And there were dozens of others, our cooks, our porters, our guides, many of whom became our friends. As travel agents, you have an amazing opportunity to market all of these great resources. But with that opportunity comes great responsibility. Our group was glad to know that there are regulations limiting the loads that porters carry, and that there are rules in place to make sure that climbers have a minimal impact on the environment. We all want to make sure that porters and guides have the right clothing, the right shoes for making the climb. Safety, protecting the environment, these are really important issues here in America. In the next few days, I know you're going to talk about other issues and travel trends. I traveled, by the way, with a group of 12, and out of that group, most were Americans, and all of us came away loving Tanzania. Receiving the TTB Media Award is really the icing on the cake, because I know that one day I will be back, and I look forward to it. My thanks again. And as the tourists like to say, Hakuna Matata. Mwah. Thank you.